Hey, thanks for joining me. This is Robert Newman, and I am the founder of Inbound Real Estate Marketing, which is an SEO-based real estate lead generation company that builds websites and does SEO to drive traffic and get lead generation. This particular post is going to be about my favorite real estate blogs. Now I'm going to really arrogantly title the blog post the 10 best real estate blogs of 2018, and it really should be the 10 real estate blogs that Robert Newman likes. But I feel like I've got great taste. I know for sure why I like these blogs, and I'm going to walk you through them. First on my list, probably because I really relate to this guy. There's a blog out there called the Geek Estates blog. Okay, it's general information on real estate, and this blog touches on many different subjects. But here's the thing: the blog is written by Drew Myers, and Drew Myers is very similar to me. He is a former exec from a real estate marketing company, in this case Zillow. I was Agent Imogen and Forza, which are more on the smaller agency side, building real estate websites, and he's on the bigger side doing real estate marketing at a very large level. He takes off around the world, and he writes blog posts. You can find out about him if you're interested here at drewinsights.com/about, and you can learn more about him than I can ever explain to you. The truth is, though, I followed his blog for a little while. He's also started a mastermind, and I'm hoping he accepts my membership into it. This mastermind is supposed to be people talking about real estate, but here's the bottom line. You're going to find really different, really unusual blog posts on his blog. And I can't really point to any particular one area of expertise. I can merely say that if you're interested in and looking to learn real estate information, but from somebody who's talking about it from a slightly different spin, very personal, very passionate, then Geek Estates is a blog that you should follow. Second on my list is fitsmallbusiness.com. Now, fitsmallbusiness.com is a small business blog. In the last year and a half, they've taken they've become quite literally one of the top websites in the entire world. They have 1 million visitors to the site. They have a section of the blog that's developed or is dedicated to realtors. They have done reviews on Boomtown. They've got articles on almost every single element of real estate, and these articles are extremely well researched. They've got real estate lead generation tips. They are essentially doing real estate marketing content better than almost anybody else. And they have a very small real estate marketing team like Jay Gerner. And their writers tend to be people that have worked or still work in real estate. So you're getting really good information on real estate. The only thing that I don't like about Fit Small Business, because their information, their format, it's best in class. I chase them all the time for rankings and things like that in terms of real estate marketing blogs. But they make their money off what's called affiliate traffic. Now, affiliate traffic is where you get paid to send traffic other places, and especially if people visit your website and then go and subscribe to a service. Their number one real estate partner, or the person that they certainly advertise the most, and I'm not saying, I don't know what their financial situation is, so I may have misspoke when I said the number one, but the one that I see the most is Zillow. You can see even here, like everything that you do seems to tie into Zillow. They're always sending people to Zillow. Zillow. I'm certain that they're making a ton of money off referral traffic to Zillow. How do I phrase this? There's nothing wrong with Zillow. I don't know what it is about my particular mindset, but I've always had a very scrappy mindset, and I've never really appreciated the gorilla in the room, especially in the marketing industry. I've spent 10 years in real estate marketing, and Zillow is the gorilla times 1,000. I hate sending business to them. They have enough of it. I mean, if for no other reason than they have enough of it. They were very clever. They repackage the agent's own listings. They make the data more usable, which is great for everybody on the internet. So I'm not trying to say they don't do a service. But the simple fact is they are so big and so dominant that I don't think that anybody should be trying to build their business or their dominance anymore. They've got plenty of it, which is probably why they can afford to pay Fit Small Business a big enough commission that Fit Small Business features them all the time in their articles, like all over the place. So that's it. But circling back around, the founders of Fit Small Business, which you can find on their About Us page, is Mark Prosser and another gentleman whose name is escaping me. But I'm going to write a blog post too, and I will have all this information on my blog post. But these guys have taken a personal loan. I can tell you, as for being a blogger, that getting a blog going, getting the kind of traffic that they've got, it's extremely difficult. Trying to create really great, useful content that people are going to get a lot of value out of, so that in turn you can get value out of your blog. It's very hard. It is not an easy job. Anybody who's tried blogging will know that. And these guys have definitely put, if their story is to be believed, they've put their reputation, their money, everything on the line to establish Fit Small Business, and they seem to do a very good job. So that's, I do enjoy their blog. I read it a lot. Bigger Pockets. This is a real estate investment blog. I don't spend as much time on it because I haven't quite gotten to the place where I'm going to do real estate investing, but I've sent quite a few I sent quite a few real estate investors to this blog because I get people on my website asking me questions. And they've always been very happy with the information that's here. The website has an incredible, deep reservoir of content. The posts that I've read tend to be from real estate investors who are doing what are called contribution blogs, which is where actual investors who are flipping properties or improving properties or the numerous ways that you can make money off real estate investment, they're blogging. And what I like about Bigger Pockets is, so if you're looking for somebody like with a boots on the ground kind of insight into real estate investing, Bigger Pockets is my go-to resource. And if you haven't checked it out, I think you should. And one other thing, I'm going to be doing some shameless plugs on what is basically the vlog element, because my YouTube following is much more rabid than my blog following at this particular moment. So I'm going to encourage everybody to go to the actual blog where this video will be housed and tell you that I'm going to do additional research and have the name of the founders of Bigger Pockets and some company information background, which I'm not going to cover because I quite frankly haven't researched it yet. ActiveRain is number 3 on my list. So ActiveRain is a real estate blogging site. People who are realtors blog on ActiveRain. Of all the sites that I'm going to cover, I live the most on ActiveRain. Like, I spend a lot of time here. Now, what do I use it for? I use it for its reviews. That's this. Okay, so since the user base for ActiveRain is almost entirely real estate professionals, real estate marketers, real estate realtors, and here's the interesting thing about ActiveRain, and I've blogged about ActiveRain. I love ActiveRain, is that when you're watching these reviews, these are actual realtors reviewing real estate products. There's no payment. There's nothing but these things that called ActiveRain points that you get for putting a review. There's no money connected to them. It's literally just like a game, like where you collect points and things like that. It doesn't mean anything. So there's very little reason for anybody to do reviews unless unless they feel like doing a review, which is exactly what reviews should be. And since all of these reviews are from real estate professionals, you get a much clearer view on how products and services work in terms of ActiveRain reviews. Like if you're in the real estate niche and space, and almost all of you watching this video are going to be, you should definitely either have signed up for ActiveRain, saved ActiveRain to your real estate blog section. And by the way, again, shameless plug, if you're going to go, please, for the love of God, follow me or follow my company account. I've got 2 accounts, one under Robert Newman and one under Inbound Real Estate Marketing. I'd love it if you'd follow both of them. But in the meantime, whether you do or don't, I definitely spend a lot of time on ActiveRain. I haven't blogged there in quite a little while. I've gotten pretty busy with running the agency side of my life. But one of these days, I'll get back to it. I love ActiveRain. Real Estate Tipster. This blog is done by Seth Williams, and in terms of kind of like blogging 101, this has got to be one of the better blogs that's out there. It's like 2 or 3 images, lists, talking about real estate information. At this point, Seth has gotten enough popularity on his blog. A lot of his stuff is guest blog posts. I honestly don't read this one as much as I read the other blogs on my list, but I do like it. It's a good blog. I like how visual the masonry is on the site. He's done things here like rental properties, podcasts. He's kind of a jack of all trades, tax and legal, technology. He's got a lot of topics covered on his blog, and the content tends to be pretty solid. He curates it pretty well. If you're reading 2 or 3 other real estate blogs, I don't honestly know that you're going to get anything unique or original off Retipster. But if you're not reading other real estate blogs and you want to kind of have a go-to blog that covers a lot of different topics, this is a great place that you might start. Oh, and again, I'll have more information on Seth and the blog itself on my actual written blog on InboundREM. In my opinion, no list of real estate blogs is going to be complete without the Placester Real Estate Marketing Academy. Now, when they started, it wasn't called, well, that's not true. They always called it the Real Estate Marketing Academy, but it was basically a blog. But they've since turned it into an actual academy. They have all sorts of learning here, ebooks, infographics, videos, presentations, you name it, they've got it. Most of it was the brainchild of Seth Price. Seth Price is without question one of the leading content marketers inside of real estate. He's got a real good eye. They've done a great job with SEO. They have a lot of search coming into the site. More importantly, the search is based on, as all content marketing should be, the usefulness of the content on the website. And they have everything here. Sign-up sheets for real estate agents. Like if you're new and you're in real estate, there's only 1 or 2 blogs that you should be reading, starting off reading. And this is probably number 1, this blog right here, because it's organized and has everything that you're going to need. Sign-up sheets, ideas for marketing yourself. It's going to have lots of ideas for marketing yourself for next to no money. And their website product is very cheap. Before you deeply go down or assume that I'm endorsing the Placester product line, you should watch my review on Placester, because I go deep into it and I use a Placester website. So you should look at that before you make read any deeper into my comments. But their blog and the things that they've got on their site is really, quite frankly, one of the best that you'll find. There is, I love what they've done here. I reference it all the time. I run across their content on every social media platform that I belong to. They're all over Pinterest. Their videos are pretty good. Their ebooks are way above par. Their presentations are excellent, and if you're new to real estate, a site like this would be invaluable. In terms of additional information, you can go to my Placester posts and find out all you want to know about this blog and this company. Zillow Porchlight. Boy, oh boy, did I struggle with putting Zillow on my list in any way, shape, or form. But here's the thing. I find myself on their blog, and I've always said, like, the amount of times that you run across bloggers or news outlets or all sorts of people that say one thing and do another, it kind of drives me a little bit crazy. And I've promised myself a long time back, I'm not going to be one of those people. Transparently, I end up on Zillow Porchlight. Mostly, I end up on Zillow Porchlight because they've got blogs about celebrities buying homes. That's how I seem to end up here enough. And frankly, I don't start at this URL. I just end up at it. But the fact that they have a lot of content that I've read is an unmistakable fact. Whether or not you're curious or you're interested in strange homes or unique stories, because that's what this is about, Zillow Porchlight. One of the things that I use Zillow for occasionally as a content marketer is these stories, these quirky stories about real estate are great for fillers, content fillers, like social media content fillers, things like that. So if you're looking to find engaging content that maybe that's related to real estate, you can send it out to your audience. The Zillow Porchlight blog is a decent place to start. And I'm not gonna post nor publish any company information about Zillow. I'm simply gonna put them on my list, and everybody knows who they are, and I don't feel like talking about them. But I do read their blog. Housing Wire, RE Wired, sorry, or Housing Wired. It's weird because they have their tab is one thing, their URL is another. I find myself coming to this blog reasonably often. It covers real estate trends, so it's different than everybody else. Like, all these other blogs have a different take on content. Like, I do a lot of educational blogs either because I'm reading them because that's the kind of content I write, or it's because I am legitimately looking for something to reference, and these blogs that I've been mentioning have it to reference. This is different. This is like marketing trends, mortgage marketing trends, housing marketing trends, demographic marketing trends, and it's a great blog. It seems to have a lot of contributors. Once again, I haven't finished my research on it. It will be on my blog post. You'll find a more and deeper explanation about who the blog is either owned by or operated by, perhaps what their philosophy is. But for the time being, I have many, many times used Housing Wire or encountered their content and then reposted it into various places. Whoever is curating the blog or whoever's doing the blog is doing a very good job, because I have found a lot of useful stuff on here, and I'm sure you will too. Number 9, Easy Agent Pro. Can't talk about Easy Agent Pro without talking about Tyler Zay. Okay, if you were talking about sports or athletes, I'm LeBron, he's Jordan. It's like this guy who's apparently like a I don't know what a professional clarinetist is called, but plays the clarinet. I like the word flautist a lot better, but he's a professional musician. I too am very creative, not a musician, but my other life, I do a lot of other creative endeavors, and those things move me. So I found it so fascinating. And his blog is, so he's still fairly new into real estate. When I dig under the hood of a lot of his blog content, I discover that it's mostly written for people that are new into real estate. I don't really learn a ton off his blog. And if you have Placester, then you have a blog that has got similar content but better organized. But when you start watching his videos, the way he talks, like, he's got that creative edge. He's passionate, or he seems to be passionate, transfers passion. And they do cover a lot of unusual topics. Like, they cover a lot of stuff on YouTube and using YouTube for real estate. And they have a different take on their websites. I think originally they wanted to turn their users into content marketers, and have probably discovered that that's a little bit harder than they originally expected. But here's the thing. I read their blog a lot. I like a lot. It's definitely on my list. There's no doubt that I found a lot of information on here that is useful or unusual. I go to this website to see what their ideas have been. And I've also done a review on Easy Agent Pro. And once again, please don't misunderstand this, like my commentary here, to be If you want to see what I think of their product or their service, you need to actually look at my review, which is a comparison between Easy Agent Pro and Real Geeks, but you will get a very detailed review. Last but not least, and I know, this is so shameless, but InboundREM, my blog. I legitimately think it's one of the best blogs out there, and honestly, if you're measuring by comments or user engagement, I'm not just making this up. You know, my post on the 10 companies make the best real estate websites has 20-30 user comments on it and some responses from me. What makes me different about other people is in most of these cases, I've either worked for these companies, my level of knowledge is much deeper. And I spent 4 months on this blog post, and I really go into depth. When I reviewed Easy Agent Pro and Real Geeks, I actually used their websites. I didn't just open them up or spend 5 minutes looking at them on a screen and then talk about them. I used them. I used the Real Geeks site for 90 days, and then I blogged about it. Nobody else is doing that kind of in-depth content on the web. Nobody. I'm doing really deep, well-researched product reviews. You're not going to find that anywhere else. But I focus mostly, though, on real estate marketing. This is one of the few blog posts I've done in the last year and a half that's kind of general. And I'm going to try to get a little bit more into that because my audience, I've got a podcast now, and I've got a YouTube following that's growing, that's really starting to kind of kick up and gain momentum. And I'm starting to feel like I'm getting a lot of requests for different types of content. So I've decided that I'm going to try and serve that audience and create more content. But when you look at what I've got here, a couple of my posts are fluff. But even when I'm doing fluff, like I have a slideshow, quotes, tweetable quotes, 50 images, and history. Like, this is 6,000 words. I try to produce something that you've never seen that's much better. Now, I'm still a novice at it. There's other bloggers that I follow that are outside of real estate, and they do it much better than I do. I'm still learning. Like, my presentation isn't that great. I've got mistakes here and there. I'm the first to admit it. But in terms of some of the things on my blog, I truly believe you cannot find them anywhere else. And they're 100% unique and informative in a different way. If you're not just a person that wants to spend 5 minutes and learn like something, you want to do a deep dive, I think I'm one of the better resources on the topics I talk about, especially right now, my product reviews. I hope to increase the amount of content on my site and increase the depth so that there's more for people to refer to. But right now, for sure, on the product review side, I'm the only game in town if you want a detailed review. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe or like this video. Okay, always could help us out. Want to say thank you for something you've enjoyed or found helpful? Like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you the next time.